You were always there, always available, always reachable, always saying yes. But what happened when you stopped? When you stopped answering every call, every late night text, every emotional emergency that wasn't yours to carry? Everything changed. Today we're diving deep into a powerful truth, not from a single quote, but inspired by the psychology of Carl Jung. Sometimes, the journey to your truest self begins the moment you stop being available to everyone else. This isn't about being cold, it's about becoming whole. Carl Jung wasn't just a thinker, he was a mirror. He believed that individuation, the process of becoming truly yourself, required separation from the noise of the world. He once wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But how can you do that? If you're always performing for others, you cannot evolve. If you're constantly entangled in everyone else's needs. Individuation means stepping away, not from people out of spite, but from patterns that silence your voice. Jung believed that every person must journey inward, into the unknown self, to uncover the parts long buried beneath people-pleasing and obligation. And this begins with silence. Picture this. You're trying to hear your own voice in a room full of shouting people. Becoming unavailable is you walking out of that room. But if I say no, won't they think I've changed? Yes, and maybe that's the point. For years you've been shaped by expectation, rewarded for overextending, praised for always saying yes. Society loves the selfless, but it forgets the selfless often forget themselves. Here's the truth. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you abandon yourself a little more. You fear being seen as selfish, as cold, as distant, but you're not abandoning others. You're returning to yourself. Remember, saying no isn't rejection, it's redirection. Back to your peace. The people who matter will adjust. The people who don't were never really listening. When you pull back from the noise, you meet someone you forgot, yourself. Who are you when no one needs you? When no one is calling your name? When there's no one to impress or save or explain yourself to? That's when your real identity begins to speak. And at first, it whispers. But with time and stillness, it becomes a voice. Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." This is what becoming unavailable does. It gives you the space to awaken, because the more available you are to others, the less available you become to yourself. In solitude, you remember your preferences, your beliefs, your values. You begin to rebuild your life, not around validation, but around inner alignment. As Lawrence Stern wrote, "In solitude, the mind gains strength and learns to lean upon itself." This is not loneliness, this is self-return. Let's be clear, becoming unavailable doesn't mean disappearing. It means choosing your presence with intention. This isn't about ghosting the world, it's about protecting your peace. So how do you do it? Without burning bridges or building walls. Here are 5 ways to become healthily unavailable. Number 1, set do not disturb hours, not just on your phone, but in your mind. Number 2, journal your feelings before replying emotionally. You don't owe anyone an instant reaction. Number 3, say this simple sentence, "Let me get back to you," and actually mean it. Number 4, stop offering solutions when your own energy is empty. Helping others shouldn't come at the cost of hurting yourself. Number 5, use the 24-hour rule. Pause before replying to anything that feels urgent but isn't truly important. These are not walls. They are windows to yourself. You're not pushing people away. You're pulling your soul back in. When you stop being available, something strange happens. The silence gets loud. And in that silence, you see what was always there, but hidden beneath the noise. Here's what changes. 1. People who only used you slowly disappear. 2. People who value you rise to meet you at your new boundaries. 3. You begin to breathe, not from obligation, but from liberation. Your calendar starts to look empty, and that used to scare you. Now it looks like peace. You stop jumping at every notification. You stop apologizing for resting. You stop explaining yourself to people who never understood you. And in that space, your real self starts to speak up. Let me tell you a story. A man who always said yes to everything finally said no once. He lost 2 friends and gained 10 years of peace. You are not here to be everything to everyone. You are here to be something real. Your time, your energy, your presence, they are sacred. And not everyone should have access to your peace. So here's the truth. Becoming unavailable isn't a loss. It's a reset, a return to your center, to your worth, to your power, without ignoring others. It's about finally listening to yourself. Because maybe, just maybe, the version of you've been searching for has been quietly waiting for you to stop. This is the missing why. Watch, think, reflect,